like anybody else with a shop in the heartland, I got way too much stuff in here. Welcome back to the channel. I apologize. Phase 2 is well underway because I'm scared. It's cold here in the heartland. But yeah, phase 2 is pole barn wall insulation, and we kind of started in our same corner. So we built 4-foot centers. These bats come in 4-foot wide sections, and they have 2 or 3 inch tabs on each side. We're doing R19 in the walls. Some might think that's a little overkill, but you know what? We got 2x6s, so let's fill the space. Let's see. So we started here. We were gonna just go ahead and mosey all the way around this way, but then I got to thinking, tomorrow I gotta run to the greatest place on earth. We are gonna get some wire, and in the whole shop, I've only got one 220 volt outlet, and that's right underneath the power box there. And I really want one that's kind of centralized. So tomorrow morning early, but while it's still cold, we're gonna run to Maynard's and get some wire and a box. And I think I have the outlet already, or the receptacle, I think is what they call it. And we're gonna go right here. So for perspective, oh, this place is a freaking mess, you guys and gals. Front of shop, walk-in door, window, big door where things come in and out. We're gonna put an outlet, 220 outlet, right on the other side of those light switches. So we'll have a little bit more mobility for the welders and the plasmars and that kind of stuff moving forward. So I stopped going this way after a bit when I decided I was going to do that, because we still have to snake the wire through this wall, because it's going here, it's got to go over to the panel. So so we stopped going here. We are probably going to fill in above the garage door tonight, and then we jumped over here, and then I stopped again because, well, this is where we started going this way before, and as we moved, we put stuff back against the wall to create space. So we jumped back over here, and again leaving these two open because we have wiring to do. Oh, and we got to do the outlet. I got to call the heating guy and see what kind of receptacle the radiant heater is gonna need. Yeah, we're getting a big radiant heater. And then we're going to go this way, because all this stuff was the last wall we did putting the framing in. So all that stuff is still pretty much moved away, or can be moved away without too much trouble. So we're gonna go this way, and we've done more of the harder pieces with the window cutouts and the door cutouts and that kind of stuff. Once we get here, it's just straight up 4-foot wide bats all the way around until we get over here. So that's going to be phase 2. If you notice, notice this. We got our metal for our ceiling. We have our J trim is in this box here. All of our J trim. There's a piece that's out there. I was just test fitting some stuff. Greatest Place on Earth screwed up and gave us 3 rolls of R11 insulation. So those got to go back, and there's 3 rolls of R19 on order. So hopefully that doesn't screw us up too bad. But as soon as we get the walls in, then we're going to hang vapor barrier is somewhere. Oh, purple boxes. And then steel. And then once the steel's up, the plan is we're gonna set our radiant heater right just to the east of center here, and probably gonna be, I'm guessing, gonna need 80 to 100,000 BTUs, maybe less, and probably 40 feet long. That'd be my guess. So we'll see. 30 to 40 feet long. All right. I don't know. I'll find a way to get you some video here. We'll do a couple of these sections, and then I'm just going to do updates again, because I'm telling you, ladies and men's, the place is just a disaster. It is literally a flippin' disaster in here. And it's not, I mean, it's just not efficient to shoot video or do anything. And the dang mosquitoes, you have one nice day this afternoon and they're back at it. But I'll get you set up over here. We'll show you one or two of these bats going up. Ooh, I think maybe you can, right in here we can watch maybe. Yeah. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. Make sure, if you're not subscribed, get on that so you can see our stuff. All right, that's one panel or one section, pretty straightforward. The little brown things up there are kind of just what they look like, little about 1 by 1 inch squares of cardboard. That way you can staple into that plastic and it doesn't immediately rip down. So this section is done, and we're gonna kind of call that it for day one. I think it is, yeah, day one. We're gonna get after it for the next couple of days. It's supposed to warm up here and be nice for a few days, so we're gonna get pretty aggressive with this and see if we can't get a lot of it done. Anyway, that's it for day one of installation of insulation. Nice. We got updates. See all this insulation behind me on the wall? Yeah, but it's not day two. So day two rolled around and it wasn't as, first of all, productive as I wanted it to be. And then I did find myself getting out here and started to make progress. And a couple friends stopped by, and well, then the shop fridge got raided, and you know, the work stopped. So, you know, it's a good time, blowing off some steam, but did not accomplish as much, and obviously did not do any video. So it's actually day three, and per usual circumstances, it is, you know, early morning, day four. We're talking after 1 o'clock in the morning, but I wanted to get to a certain point here. And here's what we got going on. You watched us hang that piece in part one. And then, you know, I tackle jobs. I like to get after the harder parts first. That's just a mental thing that I have. So I came then this direction, because these sections had headers and windows, and behind the toolbox is the electrical panel. We added an electrical box right there. That's where, when we get the radiant heat in, it should connect electrically there. And then while we were at it, before we closed up the walls with insulation, we added a 220 outlet for the welder and plasmar right there. And so our other one is under the paneling. You can kind of see it right next to the toolbox there. And it's a little inconvenient, but it was easy to do when we were first getting into the 220 tools and equipment. But this will be much more central. It's right next to the overhead door, to where we can, you know, easily get to stuff and zip zap stuff. And then we can also do an extension cord and get back into this area if we need to. Whereas from over there, you could get to about, well, right where the welder's parked, and that was it. So that's going to be helpful. But we came this way. We've got all the way to here, and then right now I'm at the end of a roll of insulation. So these two will be day 4 later in the morning. We've got a narrow strip over here that we'll do in the morning. We did piece in above the garage door, and then we've got over here to there. So we're making pretty decent progress all of a sudden. So we've got a lot to do. So from there all the way around to there. But for now, I better get some sleep. I appreciate everybody sticking with us on this. Let's see if we can get done tomorrow. Day 4, or, well, it's not, I missed it, but 25 minutes again. We're into day 5, but it's Sunday. After church, we're going to hit it again. But here's where we're at. South side west is that way. That's the southwest corner. We've got everything, all these little pieces. We got all the tough parts, all the light switches and outlets and stuff, all insulated in. We haven't done the seams yet. We'll do that. Don't worry about it. And we're all the way around here past our Freedom 1 wall art, which, go check out the link on how we came up with that. That's just scrap that turned out to be cool. And we made it all the way back to here. And then there's a lone soldier back here that we had just enough at the end of a roll to do one of the big longer runs. So we used that up there. But so we're down to 2 rolls, and then we've got, between the remnants of the last roll I just used and another scrap, we've got another enough for another section. And I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be really close. I don't know that we're gonna have enough. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna end up, maybe, I don't know, we'll see, but it's gonna be close. That's your update for today, though. We are right at, if you go by sections, we are right at half done. If you go by square footage, we're about 42% done. I did mathematicals for some reason. I've been doing it all day because, well, I had a goal to get half done, and I'm counting it. Gonna go sleep, go to church. We'll see you tomorrow. We got updates. It's been a couple days. I did some farming, I did some bus driving, I did some other stuff. I really don't know, but it's been a couple days. I've been honestly out here when I can. Cause look, I mean, I'm just a guy with a family and a business and a couple part-time jobs and church volunteering and whatever else. It's all good, but some days I need 28 hours in the day. So usually I end up out here in the darkness trying to catch up. So no, I'm not on the meth. You got to use the hours that are available to you. So we're out here again. It's about 9:30 and we're calling it quits early today because we're out of insulation. Guys and gals, we got Lone Wolf out there all the way around here up over the door, and we are past halfway on this side. So we have from there minus that one to there left. But we're out of insulation. Now we've got our extra pieces here that in a couple of instances we're gonna have to build 2 or 3 panels when it's all said and done. And then we've got this R11 stuff that Maynard's screwed up, and our 3 rolls of R19 remaining should be here either tomorrow or the next day. And then we'll get all the rest of the wall insulation up, and then we got vapor barrier, and then we're gonna really start to well, I mean, we're just gonna keep chugging away is what I'm saying. So that's your update. We ain't quite done with the walls yet, but we're getting there, and it's going okay. It's slow because, like anybody else with a shop in the heartland, I got way too much stuff in here. Stand by for update number whatever. Welcome back. We got updates. Now scan behind me here. See all the walls? All the walls. Even up there, all the walls, they're white. Wall insulation is done. So many late nights, long days, and especially last night, I mean, just put it this way. As I was crawling into bed to sleep, my wife was crawling out of bed to let the dogs out in the morning. But it's done. Did I save a bunch of money? Yeah, about $3,000 or $4,000. Would I do it again? I would, but it is a lot of work. I mean, each one of these sections, 4-foot sections, so boom, boom, we got 48 of them. And a roll of that insulation weighs about 90 pounds. So each one of these sections is about 25 pounds. And you actually have to hold it up and staple it to the top of, you know, your framing or whatever you're using. But it's all done. So that completes phase 2. And it makes a little bit less stress for me. But we're still a little ways off too. If you look back here, here's a sneak peek on phase 3. This back here, we are putting up some vapor barrier. And again, it's a crowded shop. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But we've got to start. We've got 8-foot 4-inch sections of plastic. So we're gonna go boom, boom, boom. And it's going to be a little time consuming, but maybe Jalen can help me, or we'll get somebody else to help while he's at school and his job that pays him better than me. Yeah, that's where we're at. This ends phase 2, and we're, you know, a little bit started on phase 3. Phase 3 will be just the vapor barrier, and then we'll do the J channel around the edges as well. Here's mathematicals for you. Out of all 10 of those rolls, 600 rolled feet, and I don't know how many square feet. I'd really have to, I might put it in here with the math, but those are the extent of my usable scraps. That was a just in case buy, and we didn't even open it. It's going back to the greatest place on earth. But that's it. That last corner piece, we actually had to section 3 leftovers together to get the last row done. So I'm pretty proud of the math working out and not having to spend, you know, a lot of money for one more roll just for 13 feet. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to get back up there and staple some more plastic up. Yeah, about, oh, by the way, 15,000 staples in the last, 2 weeks or so. we're getting there. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe if you want to see how this goes. I'm sure we're not done running into walls and headaches and problems. We're going to finish up building improvements, and then we're going to get right back to vintage cars and tractors. Appreciate you guys and gals. We'll see you on the next video.